Have you ever had a dream that you parked your car in a strange place, like on a roof or in a tree? We're going to talk about the meaning of parking in a dream. Being parked in a dream can mean a few things. So we're going to look at what being parked in a dream can mean. So number one, being parked in a dream can represent being sidelined in life. In other words, you are not experiencing any movement or any advancement in any area of your life. You're experiencing stagnation in a particular area in your life. So being parked, you dream that you're just sitting in your car and you are parked. That could represent being stagnant in life or not being able to move forward. So you would look at how you feel in the dream and what's going on in the dream. Number two, being parked in a dream can represent the dreamer's need to stop and rest from their labor. It could be showing that the dreamer needs to relax, they need time out, they need to take a break from their typical life's activities. So we're going to look at 5 different scenarios that can take place in a dream involving a parked car, or being parked in a car. So number one, being parked on a highway or an expressway. You ever had a dream that you were driving and then you pulled over on the shoulder of the road or the highway and you parked? Well, this can represent that the dreamer may need a time out of life or take a break in life. They may be stressed in life. Also, the word shoulder can be a play on words because the shoulders in a dream can represent carrying a burden or carrying a load. And so the dreamer being pulled over or pulling over on the side or the shoulder of the road can represent that they're feeling stressed and burdened and overwhelmed with life. Number two, trying to park in a tight parking space. So if you dream that you're trying to park in a parking space, but it's too small, this could represent trying to fit in or force yourself in an area that wasn't designed for you or is too small to accommodate your calling in life. This could also represent that the dreamer is trying to fit in with a certain group of people, like a ministry or an organization, and they don't quite fit with that particular group. Number three, parked in a parking lot. You have had a dream you were parked in a big parking lot? Well, that could represent being a part or taking your place in a large organization or ministry. So parking lots can also have large parking decks, which would have different levels. And so this type of parking lot would speak of your level in life. It depends on what level you're parked at in the parking deck, but it would point to maybe going higher in your calling and in your ministry, in your career, just a higher level in life. Number four, parking in an unusual or strange place. You ever had a dream you were parked in a weird place? I did several years ago. I had a dream that I was parked in a tree. And so trees in dreams tend to represent leadership. So I was parked in a tree. And so God was just showing me in the dream that I would experience or I had a call to a leadership position in a certain area in my life. So being parked in unusual places like a tree or parked on a roof. People have had dreams that they were parked on the roof of a house And so this also can represent going higher in your calling or career. And so it just tends to speak of elevation in life in a particular area in your life. This can also represent a place of prayer, a call to pray. In fact, in the book of Acts, it mentions how Peter was on the rooftop praying. So if you have a dream that you're parked on the roof of a building or of your house, this can represent that you need to pray for things concerning your life. If it's on your house or on a particular building, pray or intercede for that particular ministry. If it's a church rooftop or an organization, that could represent a call to pray. Number 5, being in the back seat of a parked car. So you can have a dream that you're in the back seat of a parked car, and this can represent someone or something is causing your life or your calling to come to a standstill. So it just depends, again, on what's going on in the back seat, what you're doing in the back seat. If you're waiting for someone to come drive the car, could represent that you're dependent on others for advancement, or depending on others to help move you along in life. So again, you would always look at what's going on in the dream. Now, what I'm about to say is very rare when it comes to dreams and being parked in the back seat of a car. I once had a dream where someone I know was in the back seat of a parked car. I was on the other side of the street and I was looking on, and I could see them in the back seat of that car. They had on all black and they were just sitting there and they were smiling. They looked at me and I looked at them and smiled at them, and they just sat there, and I woke up. And a few months later, that person who was sitting in the back seat actually died. And so that dream was representing or showing that this person's ministry, their life would be parked or come to a standstill. And I knew that also because they had on black in the dream. Now, black can represent death, or black can represent ministry as well. This particular person was in ministry. So when the person actually died in real life, I realized what the dream actually meant, that their life would come to a standstill. But that is rare. Usually, if you have a dream and you're parked, you're in the backseat of a parked car, it just tends to represent that the dreamer is allowing someone else to cause them their life or their career or their ministry to come to a standstill. Have you had any dreams where you're in a parked car, or you're in the back seat of a parked car, or you parked your car in a particular place, an unusual place? If so, you don't want to hear about it, leave it in the comment section below. And don't forget to share this video with your family, your friends, and all of your fellow dreamers. I'll talk to you all next time.